Bradford City continue their 2024-25 league campaign with a clash at home to promotion-chasing AFC Wimbledon, and in today's video you're going to find out how both teams have got on so far this season and what my team would be if I was Graham Alexander. Now my team Bradford City, we currently sit 7th in the League 2 table. After 6 matches we've got 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats, scoring 9 goals and conceding 7, which leaves us on a positive 2 goal difference and 10 points. Our last couple of matches then have been a loss, a win, a loss, a win and a draw, so very inconsistent with our form. You probably say that's more mid-table form. Picking up 7 out of 15 points is very middle of the range, so we need to start picking it up in our next upcoming matches. Our last couple of results have been a 3-0 win away at Midfield in the Football League Trophy. We were absolutely brilliant, definitely deserved to win the match despite having a lot less possession. Yes, both sides made a lot of changes, but we certainly played very well in that game. The likes of Alex Patterson and Czech Diabate were certainly the 2 standouts. Just before that, we had a 2-1 defeat away at Walsall, losing in the 88th minute. Really frustrating, but again, we probably did deserve to lose. We had a lot of half chances from set pieces, which probably don't go down as shots and stuff, which were cleared off the line. We had a good 3 or 4 of them in the second half, but we definitely did deserve to lose the game. The referee was terrible. We scored a really good goal, but nobody marked Danny Johnson late on in the match, and he had a free header to convert all 3 points for the Saddlers. We also had a 2-1 win at home at Carlisle United. We were brilliant in this game, definitely did deserve to win, and probably should have won by a bit more. Andy Cook wasn't far away from scoring a perfect hat-trick. Great for him to finally get his goals against Carlisle, and obviously their goal was a major error from Sam Walker, but that was obviously very nice for us to get the 3 points. We also had a 2-2 draw at home at Newcastle United's under-21s in the Football League Trophy, losing 4-3 on penalties. Really frustrating day, in all honesty. You look at the stats, we absolutely battered them, should have comfortably won the game, but we weren't good enough in both boxes, and unfortunately came away from that game with just the single point. And just before that, we had the very frustrating 2-1 defeat away at Grimsby. We were shocking in this game, definitely deserved to lose by 3 or 4 rather than just the single goal. That certainly does flatter us. Despite having more shots on target and more possession, we were useless. We didn't compete on any type of level. We were so poor in that game and definitely did deserve to lose. That compared though to AFC Wimbledon, they currently sit 5th in the League 2 table. They've only played the 5 matches as well so far this season, and they've won 4 of them, drawn 0 and lost 1, scoring 9 goals and conceding the 4. That leaves them on a positive 5 goal difference and at 12 points. Their last couple of matches then have been a win, a win, a win, a loss and a win, so a really good start to the season for the Wombles. Obviously most recently they had the 3-0 win at home to their main rivals Milton Keynes, and for the sake of their fans I won't finish off what their proper technical name is, but in this match they only had 26% of possession, but look at the shots, they absolutely battered them from that point of view. I watched this game and AFC Wimbledon were comfortably the better side. MK could not get anywhere near them, in all honesty, and it was a very comfortable 3-0 win. Obviously Callum Maycock bagging a brace in there quite late on, and the limbs in Plough Lane were there for all to see. They also had a 1-0 win at home at Fleetwood Town. It wasn't the most entertaining of matches for the neutral, but actually AFC Wimbledon had a fair amount of chances, to be fair. Fleetwood didn't really lay too much of a glove on AFC Wimbledon, and on another day I guess that could have been a little bit of a higher scoreline. They also had a 2-2 draw at home at Ipswich Town, winning 4-2 on penalties. Again, didn't really have much of the ball, had only 2 shots all game, but it's about being clinical in the box, and AFC Wimbledon definitely were that. 2 shots all game, 2 goals, 20% possession, job done on penalties. Great for them to get the victory in that game. They also had a 1-0 win away at Cheltenham. Again, not the most entertaining of games, not really many chances for either side in this one. Wimbledon actually dominated the ball, in all honesty, as well, and Joe Piggott I think scoring his first goal since returning to the football club as well, so great for him to finally open up his account. And they also had a 1-0 win at home at Wickham in the Football League Trophy, where there was loads of chances in this game. I mean, if Wickham are having 64% of the ball against you, you know that you're very happy to just kind of sit off and sit back, and I think Wimbledon will definitely come for the point. They came for the point last season. That's no disrespect to AFC Wimbledon, but they needed the 3 points last season desperately to try and build up towards the playoffs. I think this were around February sort of time, and they played for the point in that one. Every time they've come here under Johnnie Jackson, they've been happy for the point. At times they've deserved to win the football match, but I do expect them to come and play for the point in this game. They've had a really good start to the season, better than how I expected it to go. Having that game in hand, they could obviously be top of the league at this moment in time, so big credit to Johnnie Jackson, who I don't particularly rate as a manager, in all honesty, but as of right now he is proving me wrong, and now we're going to get into the team that I would go with if I was Graham Alexander. But just before we do that, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. Can we hit 60 likes on today's video? And don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're now on the road to 300 subscribers. Get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below what is your score prediction for this match. What would your starting 11 be as well? Would you make any changes from Tuesday night's win against Mansfield? Now going into this game, there are a few players who are touch and go, but any player who is a slight doubt for this game I've just not included in the squad. I've gone worst case scenario, this should be a Bradford City's team, and there will be a lot of debate going into this match. Should we stick with the 3-1-4-2? Should we go with the 4-4-2 or go with a diamond? Loads of different variations of a back four, but I have gone with a 4-4-2. We played brilliant in it at the weekend when we went into the second half. I think obviously you could tell at times we were looking a little bit uncomfortable because it wasn't natural and we hadn't really worked on it, but against Mansfield we were brilliant in that formation. I think a lot of players suit that system a little bit better, so I'm going to stick with the 4-4-2. Wimbledon have previously played a 4-4-2 as well under Johnnie Jackson. In goal, I've gone with Sam Walker. He has had a few mistakes so far this season, but I thought in that first 15-20 minutes against Walsall, he made 2, 3, 4 top-class saves in there. The penalty, again, is a bit frustrating because, once again, he does dive the wrong way and he can't really do anything about the Walsall goal. Obviously, didn't play on Tuesday, but for me personally, should still be starting in between the sticks. Into the back four then, at right back, I've gone with Brad Halliday. I don't think J Ben quite did enough to displace Halliday in the league matches. Whilst I don't think J Ben was poor whatsoever, I think on the whole he had quite a solid game. He didn't offer enough going forward, and we know Halliday is traditionally solid defensively, and I think the back four certainly will suit Halliday a little bit more because there's a little bit less pressure on him from an attacking point of view. In terms of my two centre-backs, first I've gone with Check Diabate. If you've not already checked out the main channel video from today, then make sure to go do so, but I actually backed him to be Bradford City's signing of the season. I really rated what I've seen from him so far, and I thought on Tuesday he was a brick wall against Mansfield, a big reason as to why we got the clean sheet. We've got a big centre-half injury crisis at the moment, but Check Diabate for me definitely should be starting in this game. And partnering him, I've gone with Jack Shepherd. We've got 4 centre-backs unavailable. These are our only 2 fit and available centre-backs, so they're going to have to play. And I have no complaints with that because Shepherd, again, was brilliant on Tuesday. Looked a little bit nervy and shaky at times against Walsall, but I thought on the whole was fairly solid. I think when he starts games, he certainly looks more comfortable than when he's relied on to come on as a substitute, because obviously we're picking up so many injuries. We can't afford to pick up any more in centre-back because then you are going to be playing square pegs in round holes. But I think Diabate and Shepherd complement each other very well. They've got the right and left foot balance. It's a shame though that they are both here on loan and not permanently. And completing my back four then, at left back I've gone with Lewis Richards. Now I think he's been fairly average for the large part of his time at Bradford City. On Tuesday though, I thought he was excellent. Defensively, very solid. Going forward though, I thought he was a real big threat. His crosses into the box had massively improved. A lot of the time he'd struggled to beat the first man previously, but on Tuesday he was whipping every ball in perfectly to the back post, to the likes of Sanderson, and Oliver plays a big part in our second goal. He puts the cross into the box for Sanderson to head down, for then Bobby Poynton to strike. I was really impressed with Lewis Richards on Tuesday, and if you're going to play a back four, you start Lewis Richards at left back in my opinion. Into my midfield four then, now starting out on the right hand side, it was a big toss up. Do you go Clark-Ador? Do you go Bobby Poynton? In the end, I've just edged it to Clark-Ador. I think you want to have that consistency in your team, and obviously Ador has been playing over the last couple of matches, and it's really harsh on Poynton, and I think if you to start Poynton, I don't mind that too much. I actually think both Ador and Poynton are both better as impact subs rather than starting in the game. So if Ador plays 60 minutes and he's kind of been fairly average, then I'd rather Poynton come on at that point than Poynton play average for 60 minutes and then Clark-Ador come on. I think Ador's better as a winger because I think Poynton does lack that pace, and Ador can go either way. I think he keeps the ball a bit better as well. So for me personally, I go Clark-Ador. I'm sure some people would definitely disagree. In terms of my 2 central midfielders then, at first I've gone with Richie Smallwood. Again, not really too many players can play as central midfielders in a 4-4-2, so Smallwood definitely starts in there. He's played, I think he's the only player to have started in every match so far, and he's nearly played every minute as well. Apart from 20 or 30 minutes in the AFL Trophy against Newcastle's under-21s, I think I'm right in saying he has played every minute so far this season, so a big credit to him. I was saying in yesterday's play ratings that he's 34-35, he's only 33, so apologies Richie for that, but captain, brilliant for the large part so far this season, so he definitely does start for me. And partnering him, I've gone with Alex Patterson. Like I mentioned in yesterday's player ratings video, which you should go check out if you haven't already, when Patterson plays like how he did on Tuesday, he is a top-end League One player. He was brilliant. He ran the midfield. He complements Smallwood so much. He gets obviously the assist for our first goal. Brilliant intricate play on that far side between Adams, Sanderson, Smallwood, and I think Lewis Richards might have been involved as well, but it's Patterson who puts the cross into the box. Brilliant ball in for Veden Oliver, and yeah, he was brilliant on Tuesday. Had a part to play in all of the goals as well, but even the third goal, he originally brings the ball forward, so definitely starts in there for me, and I think he's been brilliant so far in the recent matches that he has played. And as my left midfielder then, I've gone with Tyreek Wright. Obviously was only on the pitch for 2 minutes plus stoppage time on a Tuesday night, but I think he technically does get the assist for Clarkador's goal. I don't think Andy Cook actually got a touch on it, and I think left midfield in a 4-4-2, we will see the best out of Tyreek Wright. You play a player in a natural position and you probably will get the best out of him. When he's got a bit of defensive protection behind him in Lewis Richards, he'll have that freedom then going forward, and I really would like to see how this team would face in a league match. You would expect Wimbledon to maybe sit in a little bit deeper. We see that they don't really have much of possession in games, and Tyreek Wright's pace I think will be key for us, so he starts for me on the left hand side. In terms of my two strikers then, it's the two you probably would expect. Firstly, Andy Cook, obviously our top goal scorer so far this season. I think he's scored in every single competition so far. Came on off the bench for about 20 minutes or so on Tuesday. Didn't get his mandatory goal though against the Saddlers last week, and then I think at home he scored quite a lot of goals so far this season, so he definitely starts for me. I'm partnering him, I've gone with Ollie Sanderson. I don't think Oliver or Kavanagh really did enough on a Tuesday night to knock Sanderson for his place, and obviously Tyler Smith didn't even feature in the squad on Tuesday as he had just had the birth of his first child I think on the Monday, so obviously very understandable he's not going to miss that for an EFL Trophy group stage match. But I think Sanderson has looked pretty positive in the games. He's getting goal contributions, he's got a few goals and assists so far this season, and I think he's getting that partnership now with Andy Cook. His link-up play is very good as well. Just like to see him get involved a little bit more for a consistent period of time rather than just kind of coming in and out of the game. On the bench then for me, I've gone with Colin Doyle, Jay Ben, Bobby Poynton, Gabriel Wadsworth, Tyler Smith, Callum Kavanagh and Veden Oliver. Like I say, big injury crisis at Bradford City at the moment. The player is currently unavailable. Aidan Baldwin, he's going to be out for another 2 weeks. Neil Byrne, he's also unavailable. He's out for around 2 weeks as well. Kieran Kelly, they are currently awaiting scan results on. Callum Johnson, we know he's going to be out until around January time. Anthony Sarcevic, a couple of months. Jamie Walker is a doubt for the game, and Joe Adams also came off from Tuesday with an injury as well. If Adams is fit and available, I'll put him on the bench over Gabriel Wadsworth, but again, he's still building his fitness up, and if he's got an injury setback, that'll be a little bit of a problem. So the only player who miss out then through selection will be Zach Hady. That is how down to the thin bare bones that we are at the moment, and I think that's probably a big reason as to why we are now currently looking in that free agent market. There's strong rumours of Kieran Clark coming in to the football club, but again, they are rumours. Does anybody have any insider information? Let us know down in the comment section down below. But get your score predictions and your starting 11 in the comments as well. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for another one.